Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, Alberta Next. The Premier begins gathering feedback on potential provincial plans. Project petition, hundreds of people against a new building in Beaumont that's growing in size. And bogeys, birdies, and doggies. The local course inviting golfers to bring their pups.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Premier Danielle Smith is chairing the first of 10 town halls on Alberta's future this evening. The Alberta Next panel aims to take the temperature on a number of UCP pet projects and provincial grievances with Ottawa, including an Alberta police force, pension plan, and tax changes. CTV's Jeremy Thompson joins us in studio this evening with a closer look at what's up for discussion. So, Jer, this panel may have some people feeling some deja vu.
Yeah, Matt, Albertans could be forgiven for feeling like they have provincial panel whiplash. Premier Smith did a series of town halls last summer for UCP members. The year before, her government organized a panel on a potential Alberta pension plan. And way back before the pandemic, then Premier Jason Kenney set up a public consultation similar to Alberta Next called the Fair Deal Panel.
They distilled what they heard into an historic document that is thorough, thoughtful, and constructive in its 25 recommendations.
Kenney's Fair Deal panel touched on topics like trade, equalization, pipelines, provincial police, an Alberta pension plan, and more. This new panel aims to consult Albertans for fresh thoughts on many of those same issues, plus a deeper look at immigration policy and collecting our own income taxes. The meeting in Red Deer this evening is the first of 10 in-person town halls. The next one is tomorrow in Sherwood Park, with the rest spread through August and September. You need to secure free tickets to attend. One political scientist says this Alberta Next panel is unique because the Premier herself is chairing the meetings. Dwayne Bratt will be watching to see who is able to attend and whether participants stay on the government's preferred topics.
Because the Premier is there, are you going to see other questions emerge about AHS procurement, about coal mining, about book banning in schools that aren't on the agenda? Do they get up there?
If you can't make any of the in-person meetings, there will also be 2 town halls online in October. And if you still need to scratch that public consultation panel itch, the Alberta NDP is hosting its own series of town halls starting in mid-August, calling it the Better Together Summer. Matt.
All right, Jeremy Thompson live in studio tonight. Thank you. Threats of violence against Edmonton's South Asian community have prompted another Edmonton Police Town Hall. The Town Hall will be held on Monday, July 28th in Mill Woods at the Southwood Community League. Police say they're investigating a small number of threats against the South Asian community. The Town Hall will be a chance for people to discuss their concerns with police. Last year, police held a town hall for the South Asian community after a series of violent extortions and arsons targeted at home builders. Police have not said what the current threats involve. You will need to register online beforehand in order to attend. A Calgary police officer is facing 2 second-degree murder charges following an investigation by Alberta's police watchdog. Constable Craig Strothard is a 15-year member with the Calgary Police Service. The charges come 2 years after 2 people were shot dead in a van following a slow-speed pursuit. Alberta's Serious Incident Response Team says evidence it gathered provided reasonable grounds for charges. Calgary police say the officer is currently on leave. One criminologist says it's rare in Canada to see an officer charged with murder. Alberta Health Services says some people in Jasper may have been exposed to measles. The health authority says a person with measles may have stayed at Whistler's Inn from last Monday, July 7th at 10 p.m. to July 8th at noon. The person may also have been at the Montana's restaurant on the 7th between 6 o'clock and 9 p.m. Anyone who was at those places during the specified times may be at risk for developing measles. As of this afternoon, 1,323 measles cases have been reported in Alberta. People who live in a Beaumont neighborhood say they feel misled by a 4-story apartment building sprouting up in the middle of their community. The city says their confusion is understandable, but the project follows city rules. CTV's Connor Hogg has more.
People are concerned here in Beaumont, and we're not happy. People who live in Beaumont's Dansero Meadows neighborhood say they're frustrated and disappointed. The target of their hard feelings, this complex.
We're just looking for a little bit more communication into how we can mitigate some of these issues. This is the front of the building then.
The plot of land was supposed to be home to 12 units. The city of Beaumont says those original plans fell through in 2019. The city approved a new 54-unit building in 2024. It says the proposal met the city's land use bylaw. A petition against the project has more than 1,000 supporters.
I can already see the top of the first story from my back deck, and I will lose all of the sky that I can see.
Barb Valentine backs onto the site. Along with others, she's concerned about privacy, parking, and whether there will be enough space on this alley road to get to her garage.
There's no public transit to speak of in Beaumont. There are going to be so many vehicles trying to find parking space.
The city of Beaumont has amended its parking space rules since this project was approved, but the new guidelines are not retroactive. In a statement to CTV News, the city says residents' confusion is understandable. However, there was no intent to mislead the public about how many units the building would contain. It says current infrastructure will be able to handle the population increase. While consultation with homeowners is not required under the land use bylaw, the city says council has approved changes that will improve communication about development in the community. Some say the project is pushing neighbors away.
I have some great neighbors. They're moving on. Some will be moving out of province. Some will be moving to other neighborhoods in Beaumont.
I feel sick when I see this.
I'm sure
I just feel sick.
People who signed the petition say they're not opposed to the project, but would like to see fewer units. In Beaumont, Connor Hogg, CTV News.
A player with the Edmonton Riverhawks is one step closer to the big leagues. Pitcher Carson Latimer was taken in the 12th round of the Major League Baseball draft by the Cincinnati Reds. Latimer is from Delta, BC, and was one of 19 Canadians selected during the MLB draft. Riverhawks head coach Jake Laffenman says while his team is losing a talented pitcher, he's really excited for the new opportunity.
Having him on our roster this summer, he had great numbers. He's a class act of a character. He's a great guy, and it was just really fun to watch him do his thing, especially here Canada Day in front of 9,000 people too. I think he touched 99.25 was the final clock in. So he's got a big league fastball. He's got the stuff to move on to the next level.
Two other players who previously played with the Riverhawks were also chosen by major league teams. First baseman Jack Gurovich was taken by the St. Louis Cardinals in the 3rd round, and shortstop Robert Phelps was selected by the Philadelphia Phillies in the 19th round. Well, Josh, whether you're a major leaguer or a minor leaguer, it was a pretty nice day for baseball out there. Sunny, but not too warm.
Yeah, temperatures into the low 20s, which, as we said yesterday, is going to be where we'll top out pretty much all week. Friday, you might touch the mid-20s, but 22 downtown right now. Wind fairly light, lots of sunshine, 21s and 20s outside the city. We actually got to 22.5 so far, so we'll round that up to 23. Just slightly cooler than average. Was well below average this morning, though. 6 degrees downtown. Average low is 13. International Airport hit 3 degrees this morning. This is the coolest temperatures in the Edmonton area in about 3 weeks. They will be the coolest temperatures we'll see for a while, though. Morning lows over the next couple of days look considerably milder. Here's what it looks like outside with CTV drone. Blue skies still hanging over the Edmonton area. Doesn't look like we'll see much in the way of cloud cover through this evening. Overnight tonight, that cloud cover will likely increase, though, and then tomorrow, cloudy with a few sunny breaks. You've got this system developing off to the northwest that's already brought some cloud cover to northwestern Alberta. That's what will come our way overnight and through tomorrow. East central, southeastern Alberta under an air quality advisory. Not quite a warning, but an advisory, as the air quality is not great through these areas, and there is a chance that some of that smoke may actually drift north towards the Edmonton area. There's also a funnel cloud advisory. No real risk of tornadoes, but a few funnel clouds have been spotted in southwestern Alberta. None of that for the Edmonton region, just some increasing non-funnel clouds. 17 degrees mid-evening, 11 degrees tomorrow morning, and then 22 and some wind tomorrow afternoon. Gusts in the 30 to 40 kilometer per hour range. We'll talk more about that and the chances for some wildfire haze in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, crypto criminals, how scammers are using AI to take more money out of Canadians' hard-earned savings.
Fraudsters are using fraudulent ads on social media to get victims.
Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
In the last 4 years, Canadians have lost more than $1 billion to investment scams. Many of them involve cryptocurrency fraud. Victims may see a video or advertisement featuring a prominent politician or celebrity. The CTV's Pat Foran explains the ads are fakes generated with AI.
We got stung big time.
Donald and Ghislaine Perkins of Ottawa say it was in January when they saw a video of then Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland. She appeared to be talking about an investment opportunity that could make them rich.
I urge each of you to seize this opportunity and register for the project. I personally guarantee the safety of your funds.
We bought into it, and we got swindled by a very smooth-talking couple of individuals.
The Perkins started out investing just a few $100s, but eventually handed over their life savings of more than $42,000.
When we went to access the money, they wouldn't give it to us and said that we had to give them $10,000.
Mark Carney came on with a woman that is very prominent in the bank system.
Brenda Dion of Whitby invested in cryptocurrencies after watching a deep-fake video of Prime Minister Mark Carney.
Make your initial deposit. From that point on, the algorithm earns on your behalf.
Dion says after she handed over her banking information, the fraudsters cleaned out her bank account of $16,000.
I said, I don't want you taking this money out of my account. I said, stop taking my money.
Fraudsters are using fraudulent ads on social media to get victims.
The Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre says Canadians lost $310 million to investment scams last year, and $190 million involved cryptocurrency scams. Most frauds involved altered video using AI to make it appear someone is saying to invest in a platform which is completely fake.
If you're opening up your search engine and you're searching up a crypto investment, that the first 5 to 10 results, are going to be more than likely fraudulent platforms.
The Perkins have health problems and were hoping to boost their retirement savings, but instead lost it all.
I have a bag in my stomach, and I go to dialysis 3 times a week. This was a good portion of our life savings.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Tariff uncertainty and the high cost of living appears to be weighing on Canadians. Albertans report feeling the financial pain the worst. The latest MNB Consumer Debt Index shows 41% of people polled in Alberta say they feel anxious about money. Nearly half say they are $200 or less away from financial insolvency. That number is up since the last report. A little more than 2,000 Canadians were interviewed at the beginning of June. The results are accurate to within 2.5 percentage points, 19 times out of 20. An Alberta insolvency trustee says she is working with more people who have been trying to keep their businesses afloat.
Certainly seeing more of those bigger files come in as of late, but there's no standard type of debtor. We've seen very high income individuals and very low income, and it's all just relative.
About 1/3 of Albertans say their debt situation is excellent. At the same time, there has been a spike in the number of Albertans worried that interest rates could drive them towards bankruptcy. Even if interest rates drop, 46% of Albertans are still concerned about their ability to pay off debt. A National Historic Site in southern Alberta is trying to track down a painting that was mistakenly sold at its gift shop. The painting, called Quiet on the Western Range, imagines the landscape in Longview, Alberta before anything was built there. The painting had been hanging near the entrance to the gift shop general store at the Bayou Ranch National Historic Site. Last week, a customer asked to buy it. A new staff member searched the inventory list and sold it, not realizing the painting was meant as decor.
We are really hoping that this gentleman who's in his 50s that was buying some souvenir pins for his kids, that he'll see this and he'll go, oh, I get it. It was an innocent mistake. It was sold in error. And let's see about bringing that painting back to the Bayou and getting him a full refund.
The price the painting was sold for is not being shared. It's believed to be worth close to $10,000, though. The friends of the Barrios say its sentimental value is priceless. Still to come tonight on CTV News, what researchers are hoping to learn from the damage caused by a hailstorm in Calgary.
We look at what breaks, what doesn't.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
That swept through Calgary on Sunday has been mapped out. The hail started in northwest Calgary and ended in the southeast corner of the city. Members of the Northern Hail Project team hope their research can help prevent multi-billion-dollar losses from severe storms.
We look at what breaks, what doesn't, what materials are really good at standing up to hail and tornadoes, what materials are not, and then we can recommend what materials people use in their houses, what goes into building code reviews, and how to improve resilience to these disasters into the future.
Today, the team visited the hardest hit areas, measuring hail damage to siding and cars and interviewing homeowners. You know what they say, Josh? If you don't like hail, stay out of Calgary. That's a common expression around here, isn't it? Maybe I just came up with that one right now.
Yeah, there is such a thing as Hail Alley in Alberta, and they're in it. So
we must have had some extreme weather because you've got some help here in the CTV Weather Center tonight.
I do. Longtime CTV viewers will recognize this next co-meteorologist. All right, Danielle, we're going to join each other on the green screen in a moment. First, blue skies, as you look through the Action Furnace River Valley Sky Cam. Action Furnace fixed rider, it's free. 22 degrees in Edmonton right now. Daniel, you got to look at the camera. All right, there he is. So Daniel's been helping me out for years with the forecast, and you're going to help me out a little bit today. Got 22 degrees in Edmonton. Wasn't all that hot today, was it?
It was.
It felt hot in the sun, you're right. But temperature slightly cooler than average. Look at northwestern Alberta, up to 25 degrees. A little cooler here in the east at 19 in Lloydminster. Now, is there any rain on the map, Daniel?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, way down in the south, but none coming for us. This little bit of cloud cover will come our way. It looks like overnight tonight, but that's probably not going to bring us any rain. You could really use some rain here where it is bone dry and has been for a while.
Yeah.
Are they going to get any rain?
No.
Probably not. It all kind of slides to the south. So late tomorrow, are these thunderstorms, Daniel?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we could see some thunderstorms there in through the foothills. That'll all sneak past the southwest corner of Edmonton. Calgary gets another soaker there to start the day Thursday, and on the northern edge of this low, there's a chance of a few hit-and-miss showers late in the day Thursday. No real heavy rain. All right, we talked about the air quality, right, Daniel? How it was good here in Edmonton in the Blues, but you can see through east central Alberta and all the way into the southeast corner, that's where you have the worst air quality. That's where the air quality advisories are. And watch what happens over the next 24 to 36 hours. Tomorrow morning, some of this smoke starts to get drawn in out ahead of this low pressure system, and so by tomorrow afternoon, could see a little bit of a haze. I don't think it's going to be super smoky in the Edmonton area, but a little hazy late Wednesday and possibly through Thursday as well, right, Daniel?
Yeah.
I know. Are you looking forward to the wildfire smoke?
Yes.
You are?
How about you?
No, not at all. But I like your positivity. Sevens in Fort McMurray, Cold Lake tomorrow morning, 11 in Edmonton, about 12 degrees in Grand Prairie. Look, you want some heat? Go north. 28 degrees in high level, 26 is Fort McMurray, Peace River. As you move further south, low 20s across southern Alberta. There's that chance of thunderstorms late tomorrow in the foothills and in Jasper. Yeah. Here in Edmonton, no thunderstorms tonight. Clouds will start to increase. 11 degrees tomorrow morning. All right, we got to back out now so people can see what's going on. We'll just slowly sneak out this way. Gusty tomorrow afternoon. 22 and mostly cloudy. Gusts to about 30, maybe at times 40 kilometers per hour. Yeah. 23 Thursday with the chance of a late day shower. 24 on Friday. And then back into the low 20s Saturday, Sunday. I don't think it's a complete washout for the weekend. I think it's just scattered showers potentially for Saturday and late Sunday. If you were hoping for heat... Chance of thunderstorms late Monday, but no sign of upper 20s anytime soon. Great job, Daniel. Great job.
Thanks.
Josh and Daniel, thanks very much. The first ticket packages for the 2026 FIFA World Cup are now on sale with some jaw-dropping prices. FIFA's official partner, On Location, has released its premium hospitality packages. They start at around $2,500 and go as high as $40,000. The packages include gourmet dining, VIP lounges, and top-tier seats. Fans can expect to see some more affordable ticket options this fall. Next year's World Cup takes place in Vancouver, Toronto, Mexico, and the United States. When we return, Canine Caddies, a local course, invites golfers to bring their dogs.
The biggest challenge, I think, is going to keep him out of the water hazards, so we'll see how he handles it.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by Federated Co-ops. Find your summer sweepstakes. Unlock your chances to win at your local co-op.
Coming up on CTV National News, why nearly half of North America's population could be at risk of power outages in the next 5 to 10 years. Also ahead, the Prime Minister is casting doubt on Canada securing a tariff-free trade deal with the United States. Then on CTV News at 6, with streamers creating tough competition in TV, we'll take a look at what made the cut at the Emmy nominations. Those stories and much more on CTV News. Well, from putts to puppies, an Edmonton golf course is going to the dogs. On Mondays, the Cattail Crossing Golf Club invites golfers to hit the links with their pups. CTV's Naramanisa tees up this story.
This is Tyler Douglas and Kobe's first time hitting the links together.
The biggest challenge, I think, is going to keep him out of the water hazards, so we'll see how he handles it, but should be good. It's nice to be able to bring him out.
Normally, golf courses want you to keep your pets at home. At Cattail's Crossing, dogs are welcome once a week.
Every Monday, we have Doggy Mondays all day. So a lot of people love to bring their dogs out there. Some people walk the course. Some people take carts.
Dogs of all sizes are welcome. They can tag along with their owners as they play 9 or 18 holes.
Never been able to take him out on a course. It's a nice way to spend an evening, and instead of having to take him to a park and walk him, we get to go play around a golf.
It's not just bonding time between pets and its owners. The dogs get to meet new friends.
We try and come every Monday with him, just because he's a puppy still. So you try and keep him in a bit of a routine, and it definitely helps out with his energy levels and gets him socializing with other dogs and other humans too.
Sometimes the golfers have to deal with doggy-related hazards.
I went to go tee off and he grabbed my ball and ran away with it, so.
Owners are required to keep the fairways clean.
Obviously things happen, but yeah, just making sure that you're taking them probably closer to a tree in the rough there.
Staff say the response to Doggy Mondays has been positive.
A lot of people absolutely love bringing their dog out here. Even people who don't have dogs, they love seeing dogs out here.
Doggy Mondays runs until the end of golf season. Naramanisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.